I'm like, I don't know, this lighting is kind of bad. Hey, I'm late, but I'm here. I'm about 10 minutes late. That's okay. Hopefully you guys won't charge it to my heart. Hello, this is the very first alignment and manifestation class. Thank you so much for joining. I see y'all are ready. Let me write what this is. Alignment and manifestation. Class 1. Class 1. I guess that's what we're going to call it, right? This is Class 1. Alignment and Manifestation Class 1. Hey, everybody. I'm just going to pin this so that people know this is our first Alignment and Manifestation class. Pin comment. Okay, so probably won't be saving this because I'm like, if you were here, if you really wanted the information, you would make sure that you was here. So this is our very first alignment and manifestation class. Thank you so much for joining me. This is kind of new to me. I'm gonna have to get a ring light, I see, because ooh, excuse me, ooh, burped and all that stuff. I'm gonna have to get a ring light because this is not, the lighting in here is not that good. Okay, so is it just me, or is the lighting not that good? Like, the lighting is kind of bad, right? But you know what? Y'all don't need the lighting. Y'all just need to hear what I have to say. So if we could just hear what I have to say, that's what's most important. And we can work on lighting another time. I decided to use my iPad as opposed to my iPhone so that I could look at my notes on my iPhone. Okay, so how many? Hey, beautiful. Hello. Hey, girl. Hey, passion girl. Okay, so thank you so much for coming into my alignment and manifestation class. I really appreciate it. What am I looking for? Something to drink, because I know I'm going to be thirsty. And I thought I'd run in my whole container of juice, but I guess not. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for joining. So we're talking about alignment and manifestation. This is my first time doing this. This is my first time doing this, right? So thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to record this video, look back on it, see where I can improve. But also, I'm going to save this recording because if you stay to the end, I have a special gift for those people who stay to the end. Ooh, yes, I drink out the container. Okay. Y'all need a little... My throat was a little dry. I might be a little nervous, okay? I don't even get nervous. I might be a little nervous. But seriously, I'm really excited to have you guys. So the first thing is that I don't know how many of you downloaded the actual alignment worksheet, the first worksheet that I sent out. I actually do know how many downloaded it, but I don't know how many are in the room. So if you didn't download, no problem, because I'm going to tell you what's on there, at least in part. At least the first page of the worksheet, which you all got, I'm going to go through that. There's about 5 more pages that are part of the worksheet that I did. And the purpose of that is so that you will be able to work through the worksheet. Yes. So if you downloaded it, it's because I don't know what happened, why it won't download all 6 pages. But that's okay, because after this, I'm just going to do a whole different link for you guys to get the other 5 pages. I'm going to go over the 5 pages tonight, though, towards the end of this, so that you know kind of what it is and see if you have any questions. The purpose, every week I'll send out a worksheet on Sunday night. The purpose of the worksheet is to prepare you for Monday's class. The worksheet makes more sense if you come to Monday's class. I don't know how many of you saw the worksheet, but I imagine that some of you may have seen the worksheet and been like, what the hell is this? Did anybody see the worksheet and think that? Did anybody see the worksheet and was like, what the hell is this? It's okay if you were, and it's okay if you don't want to admit it. But if you did see the worksheet and you were like, I don't know what this is, then that's fine. I'm looking at myself. Maybe I should get cuter for these, but whatever. If you looked at the worksheet and you were like, I'm not sure what this is, it's okay, because the purpose of the worksheet is for us to really discuss it in tonight's class. The first page anyway. Once I discuss the first page of the worksheet, that's for you to fill it out, which means you don't have to buy the worksheets. I'm supplying them because some people really like to have notes and be organized in that way, and I understand that. If you're that person, I'm supplying a worksheet. If you're not that person, don't worry about the worksheet. Just listen to me and take notes. If you are that person who needs actual structure and you want to be able to write and see where I'm going, the worksheet is definitely for you. The other, in addition to the worksheet, is that there's a week-long activity plan that goes with the worksheet. That may be why you want to pay. That's why I decided it can't be $5. It has to be $10, okay? I'm sorry, it has to be $10 because I realized in doing the activity plans for the week, a lot more goes into it. I still don't want to break the bank. I want you to feel like you've gotten your money's worth, but I also want to make it worth my time to even produce it. $10 is, I'm worth way more than $10, but because this is the first time that I'm doing this, I'm gifting you guys with the free worksheet so that you can see if it's even worth you paying the $10, and this is why the classes are free, because if you don't think it's worth it, then you don't have to be bothered. But if you think it's worth paying the $10, then the classes are available to you for free, but also the worksheets are available. The worksheets will be put out every Sunday night. You'll be able to buy it and get it to your email before Monday's class. Once you get the worksheet, we'll work through the first page of the worksheet together, and then the activity plan is for you to work on through the week until we have our class again. The class is going to last roughly 8 to 10 weeks, okay? And that depends on how much more information you need. I burped. That's nasty. Sorry. Excuse me. So, again, 8 to 10 weeks is going to be the length of the class. I'm going to start today with class 1. Today's worksheet was free. You could download it. It was supposed to be $5. You could download it for free today. You could also get the resource guide to alignment, which I have everything that's on that. See, my book is a little raggedy, but if y'all can see, this is one of the books on my resource guide to alignment. I got my Bible. Everything that's on my resource guide to alignment, journals, everything's on my resource guide to alignment. I have physically with me for today's class, right? If you get the resource guide to alignment, you'll be able to follow along with me even better because I refer to the resources that are in that guide quite often during these classes. It's kind of like having a syllabus. The professor gives you more information, but the syllabus will take you through all the knowledge that the professor knows or should have in their brain, right? And it really pulls from where they got all their information from. That's what the resource guide to alignment is. After this class, the price of the resource guide to alignment goes up to $15. It's no longer going to be $10. So if you got it at the $10 price, congratulations to you. Okay? So if we're ready to jump into content, I'm ready to jump into content. If you have any preliminary questions, you can go ahead and ask. I'm going to try to get through as much of this as possible because I understand on here we only have an hour. So what I suggest is that if you have a question, you hold on to your question until the end. If I run out of time, I'll jump back on here because you only get an hour on Instagram Live. I'll jump back on here and I'll answer questions. If we have questions at the end, then I'll still answer questions. I got a little timer up here so I know what time it is. So we're 8 minutes in and I'm ready to go. If you don't have any questions and you're ready for me to go, then go ahead and let me know that you're ready by putting some hearts on the screen. If you don't know how to do that, I think it's just double tap. But yeah, just let me know that you're ready to begin, okay? And then we'll go ahead and start. And I got to take out my phone because I'm reading to you off of my notes as well. So, again, class will be every Monday at 9 p.m. And then on Thursday, I see the hearts that says we're ready. And then on Thursday at 9 p.m., I'm talking about my personal journey. That will be less structured. This is very structured. So if you're a structured person, you better come in on Monday. Because on Thursday, I'm just going to talk to y'all like y'all my friends. And we just going to kick the shit. And I'm going to tell stories and tell y'all my epiphanies. And it may be all over the place, right? Thursdays is not going to be this where I got notes and we got a worksheet and we working a plan. That's not going to be Thursday. That's on Monday. Mondays are for lessons. Thursdays are for story time, basically, okay? So if you take out your sheet, your worksheet should look something. Can y'all see this? Your worksheet, if you download it, okay, excuse my cracked phone, but should look something like this, right? If you download it, it looks something like that. Okay. Just so you know, I'm not playing. The other parts of the worksheets that you didn't get is this week 1 activities, and you get all of this, right? You get this, but y'all didn't get all that, okay? So here we go. So the first thing we have to talk about is why are we even talking about alignment. So a lot of people tell you about manifestation, but they don't tell you about alignment or congruency. By a show, give me a 1 if you've never heard of the words alignment or congruency before I used them. Give me a 2 if you had heard of them previous to me using them in terms of manifestation. So if you've never heard the terms alignment and congruency, give me a 1. If you heard the term, give me a 2. And I'm just trying to see where the audience is at as far as knowledge. So if you heard of alignment and congruency, give me a 2. If you never heard, give me a 1. Okay, I see 1s. I do see some 1s. I see a 2. From the voice, I see a 2. Okay, I see a 2. Okay, I see some people did hear the term alignment and congruency, and then some people. So it looks like we're about half and half. So far, it seems like we're half and half. Okay, that's great. Doesn't matter whether you heard of it or not. Just want to know if my audience was familiar with alignment and congruency as in terms of manifestation. Okay, so we got some 2s and we got some 1s. We about half and half. Perfect. All right. Next question, okay, because I'm also curious about this. If you have heard of alignment and congruency, if you haven't heard of it, I can imagine that you don't even know how to get there. If you've heard of it, but you never had anybody tell you how to get there, let me see some 1s. So if you heard the terms alignment and congruency, but you never heard steps how to get there, give me some 1s, okay? That's what I want to know. Now, if you've never heard how to get there, give me some 1s. Because that's kind of where I was. Like, how do you get here? So 1s, okay, that's what I figured. Most people, even if you heard the term, you don't know the steps to get there. Perfect. Okay, so this is for you. This is perfect. You're in great company. You see all these 1s on the screen. So guess what? We're going to get into it. And I think you guys are going to get so blessed from this. Really quick, why I am doing this is because I have one charge, one purpose, and that is to make women feel beautiful. I can't make women feel beautiful. I can make women feel beautiful through clothes. It is my gift. It is the gift that I started with. But I realized that I can also make women feel beautiful if we can shift how you guys think of yourselves and the perspective of which you come from. So if I can do some things mentally and spiritually and emotionally, then I'm going to teach you those tools because it's not enough people teaching those tools. So here we go. I hope you guys are really excited. I hope that you get blessed by the information that I'm going to share because I've been dwelling on this for a long time and I think that it will be very helpful to you. So let me make sure I'm on the right page of my notes and not get ahead of myself because I have several pages of notes. But today we're going to be talking about alignment, okay? So, there's one thing I want to start with. So, happiness is a choice, but alignment brings about happiness, and alignment can be taught, okay? That's the first thing I want to tell you guys. Happiness is a choice, but alignment brings about happiness, and alignment can be taught. Like, oh, I can't make you be happy. I can't teach you happiness, but I can damn sure teach you. This is dark. I don't know why it's dark. Whatever. But I can for sure teach you how to be in alignment. So that's what we're going to do. What I first want you to know is what is alignment. And that's the first block on your worksheet. What is alignment? So alignment and congruency, you can hear them both. I use them interchangeably, right? Because the first word I was introduced to was congruency, and then very shortly thereafter, I was introduced to the term alignment. You're going to hear me use alignment and congruency interchangeably because they are one and the same. So if I say alignment or I say congruency, I'm talking about the same things. So the first thing you got to know before we can even talk about the steps to alignment is what is alignment. Now, I told you what alignment will bring about. And for those who just joined me, thank you so much. I said happiness is a choice, but alignment brings about happiness and alignment can be taught. I'm going to teach you how to get to alignment so that you can overall live your life in an abundance of happiness and joy and peace, okay? Because a lot of us are living life, surviving life, but we're not thriving. We're not at peace in every aspect of our life. Do you hear what I'm saying? If you feel an amen, you better say an amen, okay? We're going to treat this like church. So, with that being said, what is alignment? So, alignment is when all of your energies, your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul are so balanced that you operate in a place of constant peace, okay? So, alignment, I'm going to say this again. Alignment is when all of your energies, mind, body, spirit, and soul are so balanced that you operate in a place of constant peace. Okay? This place is called the flow. Okay? This place that I'm talking about, this alignment is called, when you operate when you're operating in full alignment, they say that you're operating in the flow. If you purchase the guide, the resource guide to alignment, there is a link to a TED Talk where the guy talks about operating in the flow. He's not coming from a spiritual place, but I'm coming from a spiritual place because I know from being in the place that it is a spiritual place to be in. So, again, if you need me to repeat something, let me know. Did you all get the definition of what alignment is? Okay, I'm going to read something about congruency from another source that is in the resource guide. This is from the 1 Minute Millionaire. It says, listen to this. Some people expend enormous amounts of energy trying to become successful. They seem to do almost everything right. They set goals, they read books, they go to seminars. They go through all the right motions. Still, success seems to elude them, okay? You might be one of those people. You might know one of those people. Where it's like you feel like you're doing everything right and yet you still don't have peace in your life, okay? Again, this lighting is going to bother me, but whatever. We're going to go with it because y'all need to hear the words that I'm saying and not my voice, okay? So, again, you may be one of those people where you're going through all the right motions, but you don't feel at peace. Yet others appear to go through the same motions, and they literally seem to be awash with abundance. So, this used to be me. I feel like I'm going through the motions. And I'm looking at people going through some of the same motions, and they seem to be living in a constant place of joy and abundance. I'm working extremely hard. This is how I used to feel. I'm working extremely hard. Why am I not living abundantly? Why do I seem to be in this hamster wheel? Why do I seem to be trapped, stuck, in a place of frustration? In a place of not peace. Why is that? Is anybody else feel that? I don't know. That's how I used to feel, right? Because I would look at people and be like, I don't understand how they're here and I'm not there. Okay. I know some of y'all feel that way because I used to feel that way. Okay, the thing is, so what's the difference? It says to manifest abundance, you need to achieve congruency. The condition where all parts of you are in alignment. To manifest abundance, joy, peace, all that, you need to achieve congruency. You need to achieve alignment. The condition where all parts of you are in alignment. You need to align all the key parts. Okay? This talks about the first is desire. You have to want it. I know that you guys want it because you're on this live. You would not be on this live if you did not want peace and success and happiness and abundance. You wouldn't be on this live. So I know that you all want it. The second part, and that's a part that we're going to have to deal with later, is you got to believe it. You got to believe it. You absolutely have to believe that you are deserving of peace, of love, of abundance, of finances, of success, of a career change. You have to believe it. And that is such a spirit and soul, like it's one thing to want it. You can want it in the physical, but you got to believe it. And that's a mental space you have to be in. So when I say that your mind has to be in alignment, just like your body has to be in alignment. And then it says the third piece is that you have to be self-acceptance. You have to believe that you deserve it, right? You have to believe it to your very core. It says if one of these is out of alignment, your energy is diffused and you are ineffective. Woo! That's a word. If you are out of alignment, your energy is diffused. Now, remember what I said the definition of alignment is. The definition of alignment is when all of your energies, mind, body, spirit, and soul are so balanced that you are operating in a place of constant peace. You are in the flow. Okay, number 2 is you got to believe. Belief is number 2. Belief is number 2. So the first thing is you have to want it. The second thing is you have to believe it. And the third thing is you have to accept it. Acceptance is, we're going to talk about acceptance, but acceptance is really called trusting the process, which is going to be next week's class. But, okay, you got to accept it. So 1, 2, and 3. If one of these are out of alignment, your energy is diffused and you are ineffective. The reason, I'm about to tell you right here, the reason that you are not at peace or that you are frustrated or that you feel like you're on this hamster wheel and you can't get off is because you are out of alignment. You're out of alignment because your energies are split. We have so much energy. If you believe everything in the world is energy, which it is, that's scientific, okay? Whether you believe in Jesus or you don't believe in Jesus, everything is energy. That's scientific fact, okay? If you believe that everything is energy, we are made up of energy. When you are not in alignment, you give a little bit of energy over here. You giving a little bit of energy over here. You giving a little bit of energy over here. When you could give all of your energy to one thing, right? Like, let's think of energies in terms of like it's a little bit over here and it's a little bit over here and it's a little bit over here. And I'm thinking if you had like a picture and you want all those energies to come together and just line up, okay, with you. That's what you want to do. The reason you're ineffective in finding peace is because your energies are diffused. Okay. So, the next piece, we define alignment. So now we got to define what parts of my life are out of alignment. Ooh, some of y'all, now this is going to take you to be honest with yourselves. I don't know what's out of alignment because I don't know you personally. Some of y'all I know a little bit, but I don't know you. Like, I don't know what's out of alignment. Are your finances out of alignment? Are your relationships out of alignment? Is your career out of alignment? Is your, I believe that too. Like, what is out of alignment? You know, is your home life out of alignment? What's out of alignment? Where do you find that you stay in a place of frustration about? For me, it was relationships. And I ain't just talking about no romantic relationships. When I look at it, it was really all my relationships. I said, what? I've been dissatisfied. It took me forever to find accountability partner. I'm still looking for mentors. It's relationships. I'm out of alignment. I could tell you, and I know exactly why that is the case, but we're not there yet. Okay, so what is it for you that's out of alignment? If it's multiple things, then you have to write multiple things down. But I promise you that the reason that you think everything at times is probably because there's one or two things that are so out of alignment that it's disrupting the rest of your life. Because that's how alignment works. It's probably one or two things. And it's probably one or two things, and they're probably so out of alignment that they are disrupting the rest of your life. So in the category, or if you downloaded the worksheet, I don't know if you did, but if you downloaded the worksheet, you're gonna say where it says which parts of you are out of alignment. You're going to write, if it's finances and home life, you're gonna write. For me, I'm putting relationships, okay? The next thing you're going to do, okay? The next thing you're going to do, Okay, you wrote them down. Cool. Okay. The next thing you're going to do is take the chakra balancing test. Now, what chakras? Okay, now, new question. How many of you guys are familiar with the term chakras? Give me a 1 if you are. Give me a 2 if you are not. All right, give me a 1 if you are. Give me a 2 if you are not. All right. If you are familiar with chakras, give me a 1. If a 2, give me if not. Okay, but how many of you know how to balance your chakras? All right, most people are familiar. They've heard your chakras. How many of you know how to balance your chakras? How many of you guys know how to balance your chakras? All right, cool. So I'm going to tell you. And the reason I'm trying to, sorry y'all, I'm trying to look up the site that I gave y'all on the alignment. So okay, chakras. So we're gonna have a really quick thing on chakras. Now I'm going to touch on them very quickly. Next week, I think if you all want to, I'm going to have the expert come in and teach y'all about chakras. Now, if we want to go bypass that, then I won't do that. But if we do, I'm going to have the expert come in and she's going to teach us about chakras. Because I know on a basic level, but I have somebody, I'm not sure how to balance them. Exactly. Okay. So I have somebody who helped me out so much, right? When I decided that when I announced publicly that I was on my journey to alignment, this was 2 years ago. She came and said, she came to me and said, okay, let me send you something. And she sent me this chakra balancing test. And then she was like, let me help you get there. Because she knew my gift. And she was a client of mine, but she knew my gift. And I knew what she did, but I didn't know how good she was at what she did, okay? I share her information on the guide, but I'm thinking if we do a live where you guys can come in and she can talk and me and her can have a conversation back and forth, that may be very helpful to you actually getting your chakras balanced. So I'm going to tell you what the chakras, I don't know why it's not letting me download her site. Okay, so the point of chakras, okay, so y'all, so next week, I'm telling y'all already, next week we're going to talk specifically about chakras. That's what next week is going to be dedicated. It's going to be dedicated to chakras, okay? So, with that being said, I'm excited, y'all. Awesome. This is really amazing. Okay. You just pumped me up because I'm like, I hope y'all are getting something. I really do, because I felt so led to do this when I realized that the reason people can't dress to manifest is because people can't even manifest. Like, we got to get there. So, and I'm like, we got to rewind and take some steps back and give you the foundation to get there. So, okay, so next week, I'm telling you, Monday's class is going to be about chakras, okay? We're going to get introduced to chakras, and we're going to learn how to balance them things. In the meantime, I'm going to give you some tips, and I'm going to give you some stuff to help you get open to what we're going to do next week. And this is not letting me go there. But your results to your chakra test, okay? And let me just say, the chakras are the energy points that control the pieces of alignment. So they are 7 chakras. They each control a different piece. So you have a throat chakra, you have a crown chakra, you have a third eye chakra, you got a sacral chakra, you got a heart chakra, which I struggle with the most. You have all these various chakras that control, essentially, or influence pieces of your life. So my heart chakra, if I take the test, my heart chakra is always where I feel the lowest. Not feel the lowest, where I test the lowest. So you're going to want to take this chakra balancing test. Okay? Take the test. even if you don't understand the results. The reason I'm telling you to take the test, because when we have class next Monday, Sierra is going to talk to us about our results of our test, okay? So take the test. Even if you don't understand the results, because I've sent this test, and by the way, before I did this with you guys, I did it with a couple friends. So I'm not completely green to this. I have some friends who are walking through the process as well. Take the chakra balancing test. When you take the chakra balancing test, I'm going to have an expert on here next week. I don't feel comfortable enough to teach you all chakras. So I'm going to have somebody on here next week. I keep touching the screen because I'm trying to make it a little bit lighter. So next week we're going to do that, okay? In the meantime, we're going to keep going over our worksheet. So when you take the chakra balancing test, put your results in the box, okay? You could just copy and paste them. The chakra balancing test is a part of the resource guide to alignment. If you don't have the resource guide to alignment, there's a link in my bio, and this is going to be the last night that I'm going to have it on sale for $10. In fact, when I jump off of this IG, I'm going to keep it up for about 30 more minutes, so you could buy it for $10 if you need to, and then I'm going to move the price up to $15. Take the chakra balancing test. Has anybody in here already taken the chakra balancing test because they got the resource guide to alignment? It's 54 questions. Has anybody taken it? You need to take the time to sit down and actually take the test. Anybody? I'm wondering. Okay, if you haven't taken the test, no big deal. But in this week's activities, I have to take the test. That's one of the activities. That's an activity. Do it in a day. It's going to take you, if you take your time, it might take you about 40 minutes to an hour. That's one of the activities. Take your test before next Monday, okay? Again, if you got the balancing, if you got the first worksheet for alignment, then you're going to get all this. Okay, I'm going to move on because I'm looking at the time and we got to keep going. So what now? You need to, on the worksheet guide, you see which chakra balance is the lowest, which means that that's the place that you're not in alignment. What you're going to realize is that the chakra that's the lowest, your weakest chakra, is going to also equate to the places that you find that you're not at peace with. It's going to be amazing. Oh, yeah, no, nah. Take this one. It's very thorough. This is the why she gave it to me. It's 54 questions, baby. It's going to get you all the way together. All the way, okay? So, again, if you need the link to the test, it's in the resource guide to alignment. Now, once you take the test, it's a free test. Once you take the test, you're going to record what's the lowest. What's going to be amazing, and what you're going to see almost off bat, is the place where that you feel frustrated and you feel not at peace is going to almost be in complete alignment with your weak chakra. Which tells you that if you start to work on your chakra, listen, I'm just saying, it is going to get you all the way together. If you work on your weaker chakra, you're going to start to be in alignment. It's just going to happen. So let's talk about a plan. How do you develop a plan, right? And I have this thing, right? It says on your sheet, and I'm pulling my sheet up, it says, develop a plan. You know why you got to develop a plan? Because if you don't develop a plan, you ain't going to get there. Okay? You got to develop a plan. Most of us don't know how to develop a plan, especially when it comes to this. So I'm going to teach you how to develop a plan. And baby, these are techniques that you can use to have a plan for anything. You need a plan for finances. You need any plan. You need a business plan. Any plan. You need it. I say, where do you want to be? Be super specific. Now, this is where I'm about to be transparent for y'all. Because I'm about to tell y'all what I wrote down, okay? This is what I wrote down. When I realized I was out of alignment, and I've been on this journey a while, but on July 1st, I took the test, and whoo, my chakras was imbalanced, okay? And that's because when I think about it, it was really because I had moved. But the point was they was imbalanced, and I felt it. I felt it, and I immediately took the time to get back in alignment. One of the things I did was write this specific plan, okay? I'm going to tell y'all, this is how specific or even more specific that you need to be. So this little box that I have on the worksheet, it ain't going to cut it. You're going to have to get you a real piece of notebook paper, a real piece of paper, and get to writing. You can write it in notes in your phone, but you're going to have to write a real specific plan. Do you understand what I'm saying? Here's my plan. I said, what do I want? I want to be stable enough that I can travel and create style boxes anywhere in the world. I want successful monthly clients who believe in my gift of manifestation. I want to have a life partner, a husband whom I can confide in and have a family with. I want a stepfather for Jalen who is passionate and compassionate and who is whole and continues to actively work towards his wholeness. It goes without saying that I need him to embrace and love Jalen as his own. I want to be at peace and not worrying or concerned about when I have to pay any of my bills. I want to work on a Netflix series and be receiving regular royalty checks. I want to consistently pay my rent on time. I want that to be my reality. I want a tribe and a team who believe in me and the vision that God has already given me. Wait, hold on. Let me read that line again because I messed up. I want a tribe and a team who believes in me and the vision that God has given me and who possess talents and gifts that I don't have but that I can utilize. At this point, I said, should I be changing my name to The Manifesting Beauty? I got a yes, okay? Because even amidst me writing this, I'm hearing from God as I'm writing this. I want a life of convenience and leisure. I want eating out and traveling when I want to. I will have a cleaning, meal prep, and daycare services. I will have a platform that allows me to speak and inspire women all over the world to feel beautiful and live in their power unapologetically. I want healthy and prosperous family dynamics. I would love to have a family business to build a legacy on. I want a vintage house with a pool and very large windows. I want to be married in full alignment, operating in the overflow. Now, that's what I wrote for mine. Okay? My little queen says, Mom, you have to be specific with everything. You do. Did y'all see how specific that was? And sometimes I feel like it wasn't specific enough. I want a vintage house with a pool and large windows. I should need to put with yellow couches and vintage furniture with a modern vibe. Like I need to put all of that, right? I need to be married to someone good looking, tall, dark, with a beard, patient, supportive, reliable. And I do have that in another piece that I wrote. The point is you got to be extremely specific. Because how you going to manifest something and how you going to have a plan and you don't know where you trying to get? Okay? You got to get specific. If you don't get specific, you're not going to get there. You got to tell God and the universe exactly what you want and where you're trying to be. That's how you get in alignment, okay? Get specific. You hear me? I'm talking about I want to be able to travel and create style boxes anywhere in the world. I dealt with my business. I dealt with my career. I dealt with my purpose. I dealt with what I wanted for my family. I dealt with what I wanted with Jalen. I dealt with what I wanted in a husband. I dealt with what I wanted as far as opportunities. I want to be in a Netflix series, styling on a Netflix series, and receiving royalty checks. Meaning, if I'm receiving royalty checks, that means I already did it. I don't want to be working on it. I want it to be my past so that my future will be that I receive royalty checks. Do you hear me? You got to be specific. Okay? If you're not specific, then you might miss it. You might miss your blessing and your opportunity to get there. Now, once you get specific, the next thing you got to do is be honest about where you are now, okay? Where are you now? Am I stable enough that I can travel and create style boxes anywhere in the world? No, I'm not. So what does that mean? I then have to say, okay, I'm not there yet. So if I'm not there, how do I get there? I know for me to get there, I need to have 25 monthly style box clients. I used to have 11. I lost in the past. When I moved from DC to Atlanta, I lost 5 monthly style box clients. Was it devastating? It wasn't. It was a little bit saddening, but at the same time I knew, because the next line of what I wrote was, I want successful monthly clients who believe in my gift of manifestation. See, if I lost 5 clients last month, those 5 clients probably weren't for me because they didn't believe in my gift of manifestation. And I was very specific in that I didn't just want the style box clients, but I want the people who believe in my gift of manifestation. Because if you believe in my gift of manifestation, then I know that you're going to help me do what? Build the tribe. Because I also said I want a tribe and a team who believe in me. See, if you believe in my gift of manifestation, you're going to help me build that tribe. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you make your plan and you're very specific about what you want, and the next piece is, where are you now? You got to be honest with yourself. Write that down. You got to be honest about where you are now. See, one of the things I also wrote, and I'm okay with sharing this with you because I want us to elevate higher, and in elevating higher, we have to be transparent. So one of the things I also wrote is that I want royalty checks. After that, I said, I want consistently paying my rent on time to be my reality. Ask me, do I pay my rent on time? I pay my rent because I make money. But some months I pay it on time and some months I don't. Some months I pay it at the end of the month. Sometimes I have to double up on rent. I don't want that kind of energy in my life anymore. I want to pay my rent on the day it's due. I don't want to have a sale or be trying to scramble up money to try to get my rent. Yes, I have a business. My business is very prosperous. But I want my business to be so prosperous that I got money sitting in the bank that when it's time to pay bills, I can pay those bills. That's not my reality right now. So I have to write steps. I got to say, where am I right now? Right now, I don't pay my rent on time. So, because in order for me to make steps to talk about where I want to get, I got to talk about where I am, and I got to make the bridge. I got to build the bridge. Where do you need to build your bridge? Because the third box asks us, work it backwards. What are the steps to get from point B to point A? See, point B is where you are. You want to get to point A. How do I get from Z? I'm here for the show. Thank you. How do I get to Z to A? How do I get there? I want a husband, right? Right here it says, I want a husband, a partner, whom I can confide in and have a family with. Do I have that? Heck no, I don't have that. I don't have that. I got a baby and no stepdaddy. That ain't going to work for me. So what do I have to do? So that's when you start to put your plan together. Because right now I got a baby with no stepdaddy. But I want a husband. Because I put that in the specifics. So it says, work it backwards. What are the steps to get from point B to point A? What are going to be your steps? One of my steps that I realized, and I put it on my page today, is that I have to be the wife for the man that's supposed to be my husband. I have to be that now. So now I got a whole list of things that I have to do. I hate cleaning up. I hate cleaning up. And I want, y'all heard me even in my plan, I want maid services. Okay, I need to put daily maid services. I need to put that down. But God told me, if you can't manage the little that I'm giving you, why would I give you more? If you can't manage just you and Jalen, how you going to manage you, Jalen, and a husband? And I said, oh, okay, Lord, you're right. How am I going to manage? God said, if you can't manage the style box clients that you're getting now, how are you going to manage an increase in monthly clients? If you sending clients they box late now, what you going to do with 25? So guess what I have been doing? Putting systems in place. My sister just came on board. So all day today and since the last few days, we've been putting systems in place to how we going to get these boxes out quickly and on time. I think they in there burning something. Sorry, guys. You get what I'm saying? Because if you can't manage what you got right now, how you going to have an increase? So I got to make a plan to figure out how to manage it now. The other thing I did is make a schedule. I'm going to tell y'all what I wrote today. Okay, because I'm being transparent. I need y'all to know I'm in the trenches with you. I'm not just telling you what to do. I'm showing you what to do, and I'm doing it right along with you. Because no, while I have the gift of manifestation, I have not manifested everything that I want. Okay, I got a few minutes, but I can tell you this. I said, dear God, it finally clicked that for me to manifest my husband, I must first already be his wife. That's what I told y'all today, right? But then I went on to say, it says, I will succeed abundantly. I just need to put a few things into practice. I need to create and maintain some successful habits. One thing I will start to do tomorrow is I need to wake up before Jalen. I don't wake up before my son. I'm a night owl. So I try to get as much morning sleep as I can. So if Jalen wake up at 8:44 like he did this morning, I wake up at 8:44. But I realize what that does is make me hectic in the morning. And so I'm hectic all morning. I'm just like running around with a chicken with my head cut off till about noon. That's craziness. I done missed 3 to 4 hours of time that I could be genuinely working. I have to be a better time manager. Okay? So one thing I will start to do tomorrow is I have to wake up before Jalen. I need to take the time before he wakes up. Now this is what a plan looks like. I'm sharing with you all because this is what a plan looks like. I need to take the time before he wakes up to prepare for our morning. I need to make sure his high chair is clean from the night before. I need to be sure that his breakfast is prepared so that I can feed him in the morning, and that his clothes or just his diapers are laid out for that day. Because I don't need to be going into the other room being like, where's the diapers, and having to open another diaper and then he's shitting on my hand. Because that's what sometimes the morning looks like. Because I'm not prepared. I said I also need to have 3 areas prepared and clean for him to play in. Because my son he's a baby. He don't want to sit in one area for an hour and a half. But he will sit there for 30 minutes and then I can switch him to another play area. But if everything is dirty and everything is messed up, I'm not going to be able to do that for him. So then I got to have him on my hip. Then I can't work because he's on my hip. This is what I'm talking about a plan looks like. You got to know where you're trying to get to so that you can make a plan and work backwards. Okay? Do y'all understand? I'm sorry if I'm yelling. I'm sorry. I get very excited. But I just want y'all to know that's what I want to be an example. I want to show you what a plan looks like. These are the same things I did for my business. So if you're wondering can you teach us if you're in the trenches, I'm teaching you because some things I'm not in the trenches about. I know what I'm doing. I know the steps. See, y'all don't know the steps. That's why I'm teaching you the steps. Because I know the steps. So anytime I need to make a plan or anytime I need to get in alignment, I know the steps to do it and I can get there very quickly. Which then means I manifest very quickly. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can manifest so fast. Because I know the steps. If you know the steps, you're going to be able to manifest very quickly too. I hope that y'all are writing down what I'm giving y'all. I hope y'all writing down what I'm giving y'all because I'm giving y'all some real steps. I appreciate y'all for listening. You know, I said if I could just help one person, these steps are going to be life transformative. So the next thing is the affirmation. Okay? Because you have to put a plan in place, but how are you going to really execute your plan? And so I said the first step is always mental. So if you read on my Instagram story today, and of course I'm showing y'all because the only way I learn by seeing. I'm a learner by seeing. I learn by reading too, but so my first affirmation y'all saw, it says right here, okay? It says, I am good with money. Money flows to me easily and continuously, right? Okay, the reason I said I am good with money is because I told y'all I have to be better, right? I have to be better. So now I'm saying not only I used to just say money flows to me continuously and easily. And so for a long time, money was just flowing to me. But now I have to say I'm good with money because I have to be a better manager of my money. Right? Because if I want a man who's a good manager of his money, then he damn sure want a woman that's a good manager of money. Because don't no man who is good with his money want no woman who raggedy with hers. So, that's the affirmation I say. The other affirmation that I added today, okay, is this was already one. I'm opening myself up to give and receive love. That's because y'all know I'm trying to manifest my husband. But the other one is, I manage my time and talent wisely. I am responsible and have exceptional follow-through. Now, if some of y'all done did business with me, you know that my follow-through is a little bit lackluster, okay? But I put that down because today begins a new day. I have to mentally change. Remember when we talked about alignment, belief? Remember what I said? The first step to alignment. Do y'all remember? I'm not the first step to alignment, but the 3 things about getting alignment. We said you have to want it. We all want it. Y'all want it because you in here. I want it because I just told y'all I wanted it. You know I want it. That's a physical thing. But you have to believe that you can do it. So the belief starts with the thought. You have to mentally tell yourself. You have to write your affirmation. Okay? So I wrote my affirmation down. I said it in here. I'm going to give you, in this week's activity, I'm going to talk to you about how to write affirmations. Because, okay, one of the things I think that we do is that we take other people's affirmations and we just think they're going to apply to our lives. And then we wonder why we can't manifest what we're trying to manifest, because that's not your affirmation, sis. It's cool to see affirmations like money. I attract money all the time, right? And then to screenshot them and put them on your Instagram. That's cool, right? Yeah, woo. But is that your affirmation? Like, is that your affirmation? Or is that somebody else's affirmation and now you trying to say it and you wondering why you incongruent and out of alignment? You need to write your own affirmation based on your own plan. Do you get what I'm saying? Am I making sense to what I'm saying? Hey, Jess, am I making sense to what I'm saying? You absolutely cannot just adopt somebody's affirmation. It needs to be your own affirmation. I tweak other people's affirmation to fit my needs. That's fine. But your affirmation, you cannot look at somebody else's affirmation and just start saying them and thinking that's going to happen. You have to have your own affirmation that comes from your own plan based on what you need to see. My plan is that, I told you, my plan, I just told you my plan. My plan is that I need to take time before Jalen wakes up to prepare our morning. I need to make sure his hot chair is clean, be sure his breakfast is prepared, and his clothes and diapers laid out for that day, etc., etc. That's my plan. To execute that plan, I have my own affirmation. My affirmation says, I am good. I manage my time and my talent wisely. I am responsible and have exceptional follow-through. Some people, I ain't never seen nobody say that they have exceptional follow through on on their affirmation. Probably because they probably already got it. But I know I need it, so that's what mine needs to say. That's what I need to say for the next 45 days. You get what I'm saying? Okay, cool. All right. So, okay. Oop, sorry, y'all. Y'all see that's my bad. There we go. We back. You know what I should have did? Look, I'm so silly. I've been talking about the lighting all day, and when I just did that, I said, let me just turn around. Okay, so again, we're talking about alignment. We're talking about manifestation. We're talking about you have to have your plan. So then we're talking about your affirmation. In the alignment worksheet, right, the next 5 pages give you daily activities. One of the daily activities talks about how you're going to write your affirmation, okay? Once I get off this live, then I'll send the other activity worksheets out, but only to the people that were in this live. So if you want it, you need to let me know that you were in this live, because I'm not sending it out to everybody. But in the activity worksheet, it also tells you, because the next thing you need to do, and I put this on it, is that you need to journal. I always say, Dear God. All my journals start with Dear God, and I'm going to tell you specifically why, because I wrote this out because I want y'all to know why I start all my journals with Dear God, okay? All my journals start with Dear God. I've been writing letters to God since I was in 3rd grade, okay? A long time. And all my journal entries say, Dear God. They all start with Dear God, because it says every day when I journal, I talk to God. So every journal entry starts with Dear God. I find that my journal entries are more thoughtful, authentic, and even easier for me to write because I know exactly who I am talking to. Plus, God knows all my mess, so I talk to him because he already knows. It will be exciting to reflect on what you've journaled. I've included some prompts. So on the worksheet, on the activity worksheet for this week, I've included prompts. Because some of us don't have, listen, if you have an easy time, you just said mine too, okay, that means you already are journaling. How many of us are already journaling in here? Give me a 1 if you already journal. Give me a 2 if you don't journal. If you already journal, give me a 1. If you don't journal, give me a 2. Just curious in here, in this room right now. How many of us are journaling? Okay. 2. Okay, some people are not journaling. Is the reason that you're not journaling, and if it's not that reason, tell me, is the reason that you don't journal is because does it make you nervous and you don't know how? Have you ever journaled? Just share. I'm just curious. Have you ever journaled? I see the ones, if you journal, this is not for you, but if for the 2s, do you not journal because it's overwhelming? I collect journals, but I'm a 2. I write periodically. 2, I used to, but I stopped. Okay. So I'm going to give you prompts for this week to help you journaling, to help you get started. Natural Born Cutie. Time. Okay. We all have the same time. Listen, journal. It's worth the time. Take 5 minutes. The journal prompts I'm giving you probably won't take but 5 to 10 minutes. I have 100 journals and I'm not consistent. Okay, if you start to see, listen, some of y'all might need to put on y'all's points, plans to get consistent. I promise you that if you see, if you start journaling, you will see results. I always draw a blank. Okay, if you draw a blank, the prompts are going to help you. So that's okay, because I felt very led to do prompts. So the prompts are going to help you to journal. Next week when we reconvene, I'm going to ask how many people use the prompts, but I think the prompts will help you. I journal, get stuff on my chest, but I usually don't feel any differently afterwards, which is why I'm not consistent. Okay, Tanel, I don't know, I think this is Ara. Okay, Ara, I think that's who. Anyways, I'm going to give you some prompts that's going to help you, that's going to make you feel differently. If you work these prompts that I'm giving you, you're going to feel differently. A change in my life may start writing altogether. I have also been there where I didn't, where something happened in my life. Get back to it. I'm going to tell you it works. After law school, I didn't read or write for quite some time. Law school took all the energy from me. Yes. So guess what? If you got to get up 5 minutes earlier so you to journal, or go to bed 5 minutes later. I journal at nighttime because it requires a level of honesty and truth that at the time I did not want to know the truth about myself. True. That's why I said, but if you talk to God, he already knows it. If you talk to God, he already knows it. Listen, I got 1 minute and 55 seconds, and I ain't finished what I had to tell y'all. I did do most of it. There was just a couple other points I wanted to make. But the journaling was definitely something I wanted to hit before I made these other points. I do talk about, on the worksheet, I talk about lifestyle changes. I may just add that to next week when we talk about chakras. So I may take out one of the pages and just add that to next week. So, and in fact, that's what I'm going to do. One of the pages that I had in your weekly activities this week was about what's going to be more in alignment with the discussion that we'll have next week about chakras. So next week we're going to talk about chakras. I have 1 minute left. I am going to get back on when this goes off to answer any questions and to wrap this up, right? So I'm going to go over a few more points to wrap it all up, and then I'm going to answer questions. If you feel like you got everything you need, I don't expect you to see you back. This has been amazing. You are such light and love. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm so glad that you all felt like I helped you. That makes me feel really good.